Hi everybody, welcome back to the 2018 Granny Square Crochet Along. This is Jeanette, and today we will be working on square number 245, Moon Square. It looks a lot more complicated than it is, but we'll go ahead and work through it together. It has a very nice effect with the way the stitches are placed. I really liked making this one. I hope you guys enjoy making it too. Let's go ahead and get our yarn and our hooks and get started. We begin this square with a slip knot, like that, and chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We join to the first chain with a slip stitch. I like to go over my tail, so I kind of lay it on top or behind, either way, my chains. And for the first double crochet, we're going to chain 3. Then we're going to make 2 more double crochets into the ring. We chain 2. That's our first corner. And then we just repeat this around. 3 double crochets. Chain 2. 3 double crochets. Chain 2. And this is the last group of 3 double crochets and a chain 2. We join with a slip stitch into the top of our first chain 3, and we are done with round 1. And I pull out my corners a little bit so you can see a little better. You're supposed to have a nice little square just like that. Okay, so for round 2 we're continuing with the same color, and we need to get ourselves over to the next chain space. So slip stitch into the next 2 double crochets and into the chain space. And now we are going to do our beginning DC cluster. Chain 3 and 2 DC cluster is how we start the round. The first cluster has to have a chain. So we chain 3 and we yarn over and make our first double crochet halfway, and then we make our second double crochet halfway and yarn over and pull through the 3 loops on your hook, and we chain 6, 5 and 6, and we make our next 3 DC cluster. So that's our third double crochet halfway, yarn over and pull through all your loops. We chain 3, and we're going to repeat this corner in the next 3 corners. So make your first double crochet halfway, make your second double crochet halfway, and make your third double crochet halfway. And you should have 4 loops on your hook when you do 3 double crochet clusters. So you yarn over and you pull through all 4 loops, and then we chain 6 again. And we make our next 3 double crochet cluster in the same space, just like that. Pull through all your loops and chain 3. And we're going to repeat that into the next corner space. So make your first double crochet halfway, your second, and your third, your third double crochet halfway. Yarn over, pull through all your loops, and chain 6. One more cluster into that same corner space. So there are 3 double crochets halfway done. Yarn over and pull through all your loops. Chain 3, and we are at our last corner. So there are our 3 double crochets halfway. Yarn over, pull through your 4 loops, chain 6, and now we make our last cluster of the round with our 3 double crochets worked halfway. Yarn over and pull through all your loops, chain 3, and join to our first cluster, just like that. So let me go ahead and cut it. And pull it through. And this is what you should have at the end of the second round. All right, so we are ready to start on round 3. And for that round, we need to join our new color. And I'm going to join right here into this chain 6 corner space. So just join with a slip stitch. And I always work over my tails. So chain 3 for our first double crochet. And work 3 more double crochets into the same chain 6 space. So those are our first 4 double crochets. Your chain 3 counts as your first double crochet. So chain 3 and work 4 more double crochets into the same corner space. Let's see. Okay, and that should be 4. Chain 1, and in the center double crochet of this 3 double crochet grouping down here, we're going to work into the center double crochet twice, making 2 double crochets. That sounded a bit confusing, but that's what you should have. 2 double crochets worked into the center double crochet from round 1. Chain 1, and then we are going to make our next corner in this chain 6 space. So 4 double crochets, chain 3, and 4 more double crochets in the same chain 6 space. Just like that. Now you'll notice that your first side dips in the middle. That's okay. That's how the designer planned it to be. It'll straighten out later on. That's how it's supposed to look. So now that we've worked our second corner, we chain 1, and into the center double crochet from round 1, we are going to work 2 more double crochets, like that, chain 1, and work our next corner of, wow, there we go, 4 double crochets, chain 3, and 4 more double crochets. Chain 1, work our 2 double crochets in the center, double crochet from round 1, chain 1, and work our next corner. So that's 4 double crochets, chain 3, and 4 more double crochets. Just like that. Chain 1, and these are the double crochets that I had slip stitched into to get to this corner space to start round 2. So these are going to be a little harder to get into than the other 3 were, but do your best. Get into the center, double crochet, and work 2 double crochets. Chain 1 and join with the slip stitch to the top of your chain 3, which is always a little bit of a problem for me. There we go. And we are going to fasten off color B and switch back to color A. So go ahead and cut your yarn and get color A ready to join for the beginning of round 4. This is what you should have at the end of round 3. All right, so we are going to start round 4 with color A, and it needs to be joined into one of our corner chain 3 spaces. So I'm just going to join it right here. Really doesn't matter which one you choose. So just join with the slip stitch, pull it nice and tight, and then we are going to chain 3 for our first double crochet and work 2 more double crochets into the same chain 3 space, and then we are going to chain 3 and work 3 more double crochets into the same chain 3 space, and that will make our first corner. Then we chain 3, and now we are going to work treble crochets into this chain 3 space from round 2 on either side of these double crochets from round 3 from the front. So sounds confusing, but it's not. Go ahead and slide these over towards the left so you can see the chain 3 from round 2. Yarn over twice and go into that chain from the front, and try to work this treble as loosely as you can so that you get the height you need. This treble is supposed to be the same height as the double crochets in the corner, and there are going to be 2 of them. So this is where we straighten out our sides and get everything nice and square again from the round that we just worked, where it kind of dips in a little bit. So we're working 2 trebles on the right hand side of these 2 double crochets, and then, sorry guys, I have my son with me. All my older kids are back in school, so I don't have anyone to watch them during videos. And then we're going to shove the 2 double crochets over towards the right, and in that same chain 3 space that we made the first 2 in, we're going to work 2 more on the left side of those 2 double crochets. So working loosely, you should have a total of 4 treble crochets on either side of these double crochets, and it should be going relatively straight across. So try to work these 4 stitches as loosely as you can. So once you have those done, we are going to chain 3 and then work our next corner, which is 3 double crochets, chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 3 more double crochets. So just go ahead and repeat these stitches all the way around. I'll work it with you one more time, and then I'll leave you guys to continue, and we'll meet back when we're ready to join. So after we worked our corner, we're going to chain 3, yarn over twice, move these double crochets over to get to this chain 3 down here. We're going to work our 2 trebles on the right hand side of those 2 double crochets from the previous round, and then we move the doubles over, and we're going to work 2 more trebles on the left hand side of those 2 double crochets from the previous round, working loose so we get the height that we need. Chain 3 and work our next corner. 3 double crochets, chain 3, and 3 double crochets. So that's what we should have so far. Pull them out a little bit, straighten them out. So go ahead and repeat that on the last 2 sides, and I'll meet you back here where we're ready to join. All right, here we are at the end of round 4, and I've made my last chain 3, and now we're going to join that to our first chain 3 to the very top with a slip stitch, and we are done with round 4. We need to start round 5 continuing in the same color in this next chain 3 space. So slip stitch into the next 2 double crochets and into the chain space, and then chain 3 for our first double crochet. Then we're going to work 1 more double crochet into that same chain 3 space, then we chain 2, and we work 2 more double crochets into that same chain 3 space, and that makes our first corner. Then we will work 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 double crochets, and we will work 3 double crochets into this chain 3 space, and then we will double crochet once in each of the next 2 treble crochets, and in between the 2 groups of treble crochets we are going to work in this space right here 2 more double crochets. So we're not actually working into stitches, we're working into the space in between our stitches, And if we move these over just a little bit, we can then double crochet in each of the next 2 treble crochets. Then we will work 3 double crochets in the next chain 3 space and 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 double crochets. That brings us to our next chain 3 corner space, where we will work 2 double crochets, a chain 2, and 2 more double crochets. So your first side should look something like this, or exactly like this. And you can see that our sides are much straighter now. They don't dip in like they did when we worked the 3rd round. And that's because of the treble crochets. So the looser you're able to work these in round 4, the straighter your round 5 sides will be. So I'll go ahead and work one more side with you guys, and then I will leave you to finish off the last 2 sides, and I'll meet you when we're ready to join. So after working our corner, we will double crochet once in each of the next 3 double crochets, like that. Work 3 double crochets in the chain 3 space, like that. Double crochet once in each of the next 2 treble crochets, just like that. And then in the space in between the trebles, we will work 2 double crochets, just like that, in the space, and slide them over a little bit. And then in the next 2 treble crochets, work 1 double crochet into each of those, like that. And then into the next chain 3 space, we'll work 3 more double crochets, just like that. And 1 double crochet worked into each of the next 3 double crochets. And then we're at our next corner, which is 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets. So go ahead and repeat this around. We still have 1 more row to go, which will kind of help to straighten this out even more. So don't worry about the little ruffling that you're getting. Excuse me. So go ahead and repeat these stitches all the way around the last 2 sides, and I'll meet you back here when we're ready to join. Alright, so we are at the end of round 5, and I've worked my last double crochet into the last double crochet of the round, right before our corner space. So we can go ahead and slip stitch to the top of the beginning chain 3, and round 5 is done. We're going to change colors for the last round, so go ahead and cut your yarn and get color B. Let me go ahead and find my end of my gray. So I'll just pull this through and tighten that up. And I'll weave all these in later. And I'm going to join my color A. Actually, you know what? I will go ahead and change color in my last stitch. So insert your hook into the top of the chain 3 like you normally would to finish off a round, but instead of pulling through your working yarn, go ahead and pull through your new color. And chain 1. Pull it nice and tight, or at least I like to pull it nice and tight. And then we are going to chain 1 and single crochet in the same stitch. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to also be working over my ends because it's just easier. Why not? Once you've made that first single crochet, go ahead and work a single crochet into the next stitch, and that will bring you to the corner space. And in the chain 2 space, we will work 3 single crochets. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And then we are going to single crochet into every stitch all the way across to the next corner chain 2 space. It's pretty straightforward on this round. My ends keep poking out. I'll go ahead and work this first side with you guys, and then I will leave you to finish the other 3 on your own, and I will meet you when we are ready to join where we began. And I've got a little bit of a knot in my yarn. Alright, so I'll go ahead and I'll leave you guys there. I gotta sort this out and fix all of that. Go ahead and single crochet in each stitch all the way to the corner, and work 3 single crochets in the chain 2 space. Single crochet in each stitch all the way to the corner, work 3 single crochets, single crochet in each stitch, and in the corner work 3 singles. Just keep doing that until you get back to where we started, and we'll finish off the square. Alright, so here we are at the end of our final round, our round 6. This is what your square should look like. Let me just move some of those tails. So this is how it should look. like this one. I hope you guys enjoyed making it. We'll just finish up these last few single crochets together, and I'm going to do an invisible join, so I'll cut it there, and let me get my needle. And this is how I finish off my squares. If I don't want to do a slip stitch, totally up to you. If you don't want to work an invisible join, you would just slip stitch into the beginning single crochet. And that's it. And this is square number 245, moon square. Very simple, looks more complicated than it is, but once you get the stitches down, it's really not hard at all. The effect is really nice. We'll weave all those in later. And that is what you should have when you are done. I'm probably going to block this one so that my edges, my sides come out nice and straight. But yeah, very pretty. Very nice square. Number 245, moon square. I hope you guys enjoyed making this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.